Good morning, everyone. I thought I would start this video off by fixing the cold air intake that I put in the car. If you guys seen my other video that I uploaded last time, I installed a Weapon R intake compared to their unbranded intake that they had in the car when I bought it. So this intake requires a PCV plug up. The other intake that was in the car didn't even have that plug up. It only had this one back here. So this one actually has a PCV plug up. So I didn't know where that was located in this engine. Luckily the car came with a manual, so I'm gonna look it up in the manual, find the location of the PCV valve, and get it hooked up to the intake correctly. Alright guys, so I am laughing at myself right now. I've been looking for this PCV valve for a long time, longer than I want to admit. I even looked in the manual, and this entire time, this valve has been right in front of my face. There it is, literally right in front of my face. I actually, for some reason, when I was looking at the engine, trying to find it, I bypassed this valve many times. I don't know why. I was like looking elsewhere for it. But yeah, there it is, the valve. So I already put the tubing that came with the Weapon R intake. So all I gotta do is kind of cut it to fit here, and then it'll be done. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys what I did. So there's the PCV valve, and I have what the Weapon R tubing that they gave me hooked up to the Weapon R intake. And then for this piece right here where it originally went into, I covered it up. I have these like rubber covers that I use to cover it up so it's not an open spot. But yeah, there it is, all done. Now let's turn it on and try it out. After finishing up the intake and getting it installed correctly, I am going to fix this steering wheel, because driving with the steering wheel like this kind of sucks. You got to take these plastic pieces off to get to the bolts that get to the airbag. Now make sure you unplug the battery if you're ever taking your steering wheel out. At least unplug it for 15 minutes. So to take the airbag out, you're going to need one of these here. This I believe is T30. Alright guys, I got the airbag out. It was a little bit of a pain, these screws, because they're in like these little holders that you have to like keep wiggling them until they come out. So it's probably why the people who owned the car before me didn't fix the steering wheel, because they just didn't feel like dealing with it. But who really knows? This is how it looks right now, so I'm going to need to get a socket that can open this here, and then I'll be able to straighten out the wheel. I'll be taking my steering wheel off with a 3/4 socket, and I'm doing a long one so I can get it all the way in, because if you have a short one, you're not gonna make it. Now let's see if I can do this on one go. I might need help, because who knows when this was taken off last. Oh, that's actually really easy. Alright, so we finally got the steering wheel off. I actually needed Nathan to help me because this thing was really on there. Now I did put a little tiny line to where it should be going up. So let's put it back on and see how it goes. Steering wheel on straight, or straight as I can get it. First up, I'm going to see why I can't open the trunk with this trunk opener. Alright, so sure enough, I unscrewed this and looked at it, and the lines that are here to open the trunk and stuff is not broken on here, meaning it's broken somewhere between here and all the way down to the trunk. So yeah, it's gonna be fun having to figure that out. Good afternoon, everyone. It is the next day. Today we already did it. I didn't want to like sit here and film it all because we had to get the trunk open through the back seat. So we had to take down this back seat here, go through the trunk to get it open, because when I bought it, it didn't have this lock there. There was absolutely nothing there when I got the car. It was completely open. Luckily, they had the lock, so I was able to go through the trunk and bolt it back in, and we were able to get the trunk open. This lock doesn't work. I don't think it's going to work. So there's a lot I have to do with this trunk. Yeah, but I was able to clean it out, you know, figure out how to get it open, yada yada yada. So with all that said, I have some missing trim I want to put up real quick. Alright, so I had a third light, and unfortunately the third light I bought off of eBay isn't going to work. It actually is a little bit too big for that spoiler. I thought it was a spoiler that they were describing online, so I got to return it, unfortunately. However, the other trim I do have does fit this car. Alright, so I installed this cover to the steering column because for some reason this car didn't come with one. It's pretty easy. Usually all you do is that you raise the steering wheel up, you tilt it up, and then you just fit it in through here, clip it together to the top piece up here, and then comes with screws that you just screw in, you know, here. So it's all pretty easy. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of it for this video. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye.